All right, so I prepared a little slideshow here just to kind of answer the latest rumor uh, or conspiracy or whatever you want to call it um, that is going around on the internet the last few days. What is it? Well, the claim is that if you go to Google, you put any three-digit number and you put in the words new COVID cases, you are guaranteed to find a few stories with those exact numbers. And somehow that is proof that the stories are fabricated and that the media is colluding, lying to the public, and it cannot be trusted. So I guess the logic is that hey, how would they? What are the chances that you put in 333 and you always gonna find some sort of story on that, and then you change the number to something else, and uh, you still find stories with those numbers. So they're saying, nah, it's all made up. Is it true? Well, I went on the internet. No, I didn't search every single three-digit number, but I did a few searches. And you have the 777 here, and yeah, Florida reported 777 numbers there. I guess back in May. 776. You got Kentucky and Florida again reporting that number. 621. You got Pennsylvania and Israel using that number. And then 225, Michigan, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Tarrant County in Texas also reported. Actually, 225 seems to be a pretty one of those numbers that shows up quite a bit. This is just me playing around, but you gotta do the obligatory 666. So there's Virginia, Spain, and Wichita County came up, or were lucky enough to get numbers on the 666 range there. All right. So the question is there another like a sensible explanation of why this could be happening besides that the media is making stuff up? Well, let's look at it from the angle of just mathematics. Okay. Um, Again, the claim is any three-digit number. So how many three-digit numbers do we have available to us? Well, we have 900 numbers composed of three digits. Okay, so for a second, let's imagine that we're playing a game of chance. You use a die for those, and we are able to construct a single die with 900 faces. Um, so every player gets to throw the die one time per round of the game, and then they get whatever number they get. It's going to be a three-digit number as of the outcome. So what is the probability that any number comes up? 222, 656, whatever. Well, there's one chance in 900 that any given number is going to pop up, and that is equal to 0.0011, repeating. So granted, any one entity throwing the die, getting a number, the chances that any number is going to show up is pretty small, relatively small. But what are the other rules of the game? And again, when I say game, obviously COVID-19 is not a game, it's just for the purposes of this example. Well, how many players are in this game? How many agencies get to report numbers? So if we look at the United States, there's 50 states plus the territories. If you look at counties, there's over 3,000 counties in the United States. And if you look at it from a perspective of cities that are, medium size or larger, those are cities that have at least 100K inhabitants, then we have at least 310. Okay, so how many agencies out there put out news reports or announcements on cases of COVID? We have a combination. We got statewide reports, we have counties reporting, and we have cities reporting. So it's not just two or three people reporting any given day. So this is Use a little mathematical model here, or it's very simple, really. Let's say that all the counties are reporting. Not all the counties are reporting. We know populations. There's some counties out there that have very small populations. But just for the sake of working out this example, let's say that 3,000 counties are reporting. The probability that any one number shows up any given day, which is the around on this game, well, any number. If we have 3,100 people trying to die, even with a small probability, any one number is going to come up at least 3.5 times on one round. Okay. Now we know that probably the reporting is a lot less than this. It's probably going to be somewhere between 50 and 310. You know. So obviously, per round, i.e., per day, you're going to have a smaller chance that any one number is going to show up. But the thing is that we are not. This is not a daily, a one time event. This we're playing multiple rounds, i.e., for how long have we been reporting new cases of COVID? So let's be generous and let's just say that we've only been reporting new cases of COVID on the last 60 days. That is not true. It's been longer than that. Okay, but look at the numbers. So this is daily, but we've been playing 60 days. It's been 60 rounds. Okay. So again, you are going to see that any given number by now has probably been repeated, more than 3, 4, 5 times. And if every medium city and above has been reporting numbers, then there's a likelihood it's going to be even a larger number. Um, okay, so in conclusion, it's just a simple calculation of probability gives us a sensible solution to this apparent phenomenon described by the claim. Uh, so in the end, finding multiple reports of new daily cases of COVID using the same number is it's not odd. It's actually what you would expect given um, the number of agencies that are reporting plus how long we've been reporting new cases. Um, a caveat to this, I approach this from a standpoint of just uh, completely random probability where every number has an equal chance of showing up. There are other factors in terms of infection rate and population concentration on different states or counties or whatever that is going to affect those numbers and is going to move the curve. So, some numbers are going to be underrepresented and other ones are going to be overrepresented. But that just, hopefully the mathematics that I showed you just kind of show the very basic concept that this is what you would expect. There's nothing made up here. So please, if there's something that you find on the internet that looks suspicious, that it of itself is not enough to prove that there's a conspiracy behind it or that there's evil intent or any of the sort. Please, before you put stuff on the internet, do a little bit of homework before you spread bad information. Recommend the Snopes website. They do a pretty good job of putting up, exploring what's the latest buzz on the internet and really uh, researching and letting you know whether, you know, yes, it's true, just no, it's false, or something in between. The information is true, but it's being misrepresented or whatnot. Please, 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 please help everybody out by policing what you put on the internet. Thank you.